break down the mental and physical aspects of it. Time, past, present, and future, they are all properties of consciousness, with the past being recollection, the future being anticipation, and now being the present moment. Time is the movement of your thoughts. There's no such thing as a universal clock. This scene in the movie Interstellar shows us how time dilation works. They landed on a planet where the gravitational pull was so strong that every hour they spent there was equivalent to 7 years on Earth. These are photons. This is light. The holographic matrix is inside a light. Eyes absorb it, and the mind projects the world. If light could be a person, any clock you looked at would never move. Light does not experience time. I'm not trying to scare you. I'm trying to wake you up. Reality is an illusion. This shit is all a dream. Using the interpretation of quantum physics, all matter in the universe is made of atoms. The atoms are made of 99.9999999% empty space. So with that being a fact, you have to question why reality feels so solid. This is because of the basic law of electrostatics. It's this repulsive magnetic force that makes reality feel real and stops your body from collapsing in on itself. And the atoms are made of energy that behave as particles and waves, meaning that particle me is here now, but the wave version of me doesn't exist as a localized point in space and time. The particles and energy that make up my body exist everywhere in a state of infinite potential. The dust I was before humans and Earth existed, me right now and every other stage of my life, and the pure energy I'm going to turn back into. It exists across the universe as possibility until I open my eyes and turn it into this observable situation, this moment. Let's get on some Matrix shit. This is video game coding. This is information. This is a bunch of shit you don't understand. That's reality, a bunch of energy, information, and potential. Shit we can't understand. We can still play the game because even though this is the game, this is what we see, understand, and operate in. You are the entire universe, but at the same time, the entire universe creates your mind. And it's your mind that you view the universe through. And because you're viewing it through your mind and not as it actually is, you're dreaming. This is an illusion, right? This is the true reality. Emptiness. Your mind creates space and time. Reality is energy, information, possibility, potential. It's not a solid physical thing. Everything, all of us are connected. Everything is one big giant consciousness, an infinite mind. I'm this eyeball, you're that eyeball. We're all just little pieces of it. But the entirety of it is you. You just don't know that. None of the words I'm using to talk to you right now actually mean anything. These are random vibrations that you're assigning concepts and labels to understand me. What I'm trying to say is our existence is a trip. And your faith in God doesn't have to be rooted in mythology, and you don't have to have blind faith in some deity outside of you. Through understanding science and psychology, you can dismantle your entire perception of reality and see what's left there when you do that. You are pure consciousness. You are everything in the form of you. Once you do that, you can finally detach from life and detach from yourself. That's the recipe. Once you transcend, all of the power is yours. I'm going to show you how to use it.
I think anyone who hasn't experienced racism shouldn't say anything about it. Full stop.
5 years in a black neighborhood. I got in a fight every other day for it.
Okay, but that's...
Because I had red hair, they called me a rooster. I literally got...
I'm going to say this right now. Can't no white person ever compare to the racism that any black person that ever endured. This man just said he stayed in a neighborhood and got teased because he had red hair. Let's go back.
I think anyone who hasn't experienced racism shouldn't say anything about it. Full stop.
5 years in a black neighborhood. I got in a fight every other day for it.
Okay, but that's...
Because I had red hair, they called me a rooster. I literally got in fights every day.
So you got bullied. Ooh.
That's not racism.
Exactly.
Oh, it's not.
It's discrimination based on what...
Y'all let me know what y'all think in the chat. Is bullying and racism the same shit?
It's
That's exactly what racism is.
They didn't
because
stop.
he wasn't oppressed. We were the ones that oppressed, so you can't call that racism.
How are you oppressed?
No, but I'm
In 2023, how are you oppressed? Because I got news for you, honey. If you had a skill set that was worth something to somebody, you would be the richest fucker in here. I have a lot of young black men that follow me. There's no fucking way on earth I'm gonna let them believe that they have a lesser chance than anybody else if they just work their ass off. Bro, looking at racism is for broke people.
No.
It's not insulting. You lead with it. Get a new identity. I'm a black girl. What? You're so much more than that. You're so much more than that.
I think any...
Hey man, this nigga talking. Hey, y'all stay woke, man. Y'all stay woke, stay in tune. Love yourself, you feel me? Woke people, wake people.
Yo, what's good? It's your boy B-Dell. If you're new to this channel, hit the like button, the share button, the subscribe button, and hit that notification bell. In tonight's dissertation and transmission, I'm going to be breaking down the metaphysical energies on how to level up. And it's based on 4 different energies in the form of a transmutation process. Because anything that you can't fast from, your ass gonna become a slave to it. So you gotta fast from the food, the alcohol, sex, and smoking, and you transmutate that energy as an alchemical resource, which is an interstellar vortex portal to your level up, to your higher self. And that...
Y'all let me know in the chat how many of y'all be fasting from food, alcohol, sex, smoking.
process is going to get very uncomfortable because uncomfortability denotes the fact that you're in a state of evolution. So sometimes you got to do everything in increments, right? And compartmentalize those energies. So a lot of these distractions, they're going to create sensory overload. So that means that you have to turn down the outside world so you can hear what's going on inside, right? So the 4 principles of leveling up, meaning that you need a spiritual win, a mental win, a physical win, and a financial win. A spiritual win, doing something in nature, yoga, meditation. A mental win, reading and writing. A physical win, going out in the gym and working out. Because if you work out more than you read, your ass is still out of shape. So you got to balance out those energies, which is the precursor to your higher self, which is balance, which is equilibrium, which is the God frequency, right? Now you need a financial win. So meaning that you got to be making some type of money. You still got to have a hustler spirit while you're trying to level up spiritually. At the same time, you got to cultivate the balance. Because like I said, you got to...
Y'all hear what he just said? Balance. You can't just do one.
Use the matrix in order to get out. And it's all based on the mental process, right? So it's based on 3 different vibrations of the God frequency. Because when you change your mind, you change your vibration, that vibration becomes magnetism. So when you cultivate the magnetism, this is where you reap the benefits of the law of attraction, where the universe must bend to its will to give you what you want and deserve. Because you have a vibration of authenticity, meaning that you did the work. So this is why it's imperative to understand that before you get into, spirituality, esoteric knowledge, you got to do your damn shadow work.
Yeah.
Because if you don't do your damn shadow work, that's going to be the precursor to toxicity. This is how people end up in cults, right? And start treating their followers really bad. People just want to jump into esoteric knowledge without doing the shadow work. It don't work like that. So you got to balance out those energies. Because over-emotionalism in itself is a manifestation blocker, right? You got to read the story of Lazarus, right? Because he had to be pulled from the dark.
Y'all remember that word, over-emotionalism.
In order to get to the light. Meaning that he went from the bottomless pit to heaven, to where he turned his tinfoil hat into a crown of knowledge. So that knowledge in itself can only be cultivated when you shut down external stimulation. So you got to shut down the outside world. So a lot of times, a lot of people don't reap the benefits of their authenticity is because they're seeking from validation from many different demographics of people on the planet, right? Stop trying to fit in with people. Fuck them people, right? Because when you try to fit in with people, it lowers your vibration and it lowers your magnetism.
I try to teach my kids that, try to teach my wife that, my friends that.
Right? Seeking from validation from many different demographics of people on the planet, right? Stop trying to fit in with people. Fuck them people, right? Because when you try to fit in with people, it lowers your vibration.
When you try to fit in with people, it lowers your vibration. It doesn't raise it, it lowers it.
Lowers your magnetism, right? It puts an encryption and a blockage on your magnetism because you're still seeking external stimulation. So it also cultivates the fact that it's going to put your chakras out of balance. So one thing...
And remember what we just talked about the balance too.
You also got to understand about when you tapping into the frequency of your higher self, you have to have discipline. Everything has to operate by way of discipline. Because the discipline that you dodge today is going to be the baggage for your ass tomorrow, right? So, because discipline is also going to be the precursor to your purpose. A lot of people ain't got no purpose nowadays, right? When you're talking about the modern day women nowadays, they ass is facing the camera because they ain't got nothing else to offer. So when you have something to offer, that's when you tap into your authenticity, which leads you to your purpose. And your purpose is cultivated by the 4 basic principles of leveling up. A spiritual win, a mental win, a physical win, and a financial win. But you can't get to these energies unless you go through the fasting process. Fast from food, alcohol, sex, and smoking, and you transmutate that energy, right? Use that energy that you was using to chase the club, chasing women, chasing money. You know what I'm saying? Because that's another thing that's a manifestation blocker, chasing stuff. Stop trying to chase and force stuff, right?
Put a W for food if you do good with fasting for food. Put a W for alcohol if you do good for fasting for alcohol. Put a W for sex and smoking if you do good with fasting on sex and smoking. If you do all of them, put FASW.
Stop trying to force ponytails in relationships. Stop trying to chase the money, because anything that you chase after is going to run from your ass every time, right? Because when you reap the benefits of the love frequency, everything is going to come to you.
The stuff you chasing gonna run from you every time, but if you do what you're supposed to do, it's gonna come to you.
Right? Because you're cultivated by the dualistic energies of the heart and the mind.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because the heart is 1,000 times highly magnetic than the brain. That's where your manifestation takes place at, right? Because the heart is the seat of the soul.
Hey man, this nigga
Hey, he talking some knowledge. I like that. Well, let's change this like button real quick. Y'all see the numbers on that? I just changed it. Now we back godly. Let's keep going though. Phone them grave.
Okay, stop scrolling. I'm about to prove to you we live on this and not on this. And also, at the same time, prove to you that God's word is true and accurate. First of all, they got us believing that these rockets are leaving Earth, when in fact they can't because of this. The firmament. And here's the proof. Let me introduce y'all to Wernher von Braun, which is known as the father of NASA. He also helped develop the Saturn V rocket, which allegedly took Apollo 11 to the moon. On his grave, he quoted a Bible verse, Psalms 19:1. Psalms 19, verse 1. The heavens declare the glory of God, and the firmament showeth his handiwork. And the Hebrew translation for firmament is extended surface, solid expanse. The vault of heaven or firmament regarded by Hebrews as solid and supporting the waters above it. We take a look at the book of Job, chapter 37, verse 18. Hast thou with him spread out the sky, which is strong, and as a molten looking glass. So the firmament that is supporting the waters above is literally made out of glass. Anyways, have you guys noticed when they launch these rockets, they never go straight up, they always curve? And it almost looks like they're taking the shape of the firmament. I mean, we could see it in Disney's logo. Wernher von Braun and Walt Disney were best friends. It also has a little strange pattern going through it. Isaiah 40:22, is it he that sitteth upon the circle, not ball, of the earth, and the inhabitants thereof are as grasshoppers, that stretcheth out the heavens as a curtain, and spreadeth them out as a tent to dwell in. Again, stretcheth out the heavens as a curtain, and spreadeth them out as a tent to dwell in. Here's a test. Would you say this looks like a circle and a tent to dwell in? Or this looks like a circle and a tent to dwell in? Let me know what y'all think about this.
Y'all tell me what y'all think about that. Do y'all believe that the earth is round or flat? Do y'all believe in the firmament? Let me know in the chat.
Comments. God's word is true. He wants a relationship with you and not a religion. Anyways, like, follow, and share for more. And like always, God bless. Okay.
Everything we've ever been told is a lie, so here's the most truth you've ever heard in one video. The rapture already happened. Sex was a sin in the garden. Jesus Christ already returned. The law was the mark of the beast. Israel was the beast. Jerusalem was Mystery Babylon. Christianity ended in 70 AD. Today's Christianity is fake. The man of sin and false prophet were Jewish zealot leaders in the first century. The two witnesses were the spirits of John and Daniel. The Euphrates dried up in the first century. We don't need rivers to dry today. We have jets. The 1,000-year reign only lasted for 42 months. There's no third temple in Scripture. The Bible was written to the people it was addressed to. It's not for us. Hell only lasted for 40 years. New Jerusalem is in heaven, not on earth. Jesus ended sin, not evil. Jesus ended the grave, not death. They fled Judea, not the whole world. There is no destruction of the entire planet. When we die, we'll be a ghost. We can go to heaven or the lake of fire. Gentiles never had the law. We should not have 2.4 billion Gentiles reading the law and the prophets and going back to everything that Jesus Christ fulfilled and rejecting Jesus. Today's Christianity got here through war, tyranny, and genocide. Jesus' kingdom was not of this world, yet the Christians own the kingdom of this world. That's why their presidents swear on the Bible. Jesus Christ finished his work and received a new name that nobody knows. He defeated Satan. We should worship God today and not Jesus. Give me a follow. I have videos explaining all these things.
Y'all tell me what y'all think about that. I don't know if he was right about all that shit, but on Phone Them Gray, let's keep going. We building some shit right now. Phone them.
I feel good. So the mind works like this. It repeats shit over and over. You can't control it. You sit around and wonder why.
I ain't gonna lie, chat. Y'all let me know what y'all think about
So the
607.
mind work like this.
I think he's smart as hell. He be playing with y'all. He be doing this little trolling and shit he do to make his content. That's what he do to grab y'all attention. But once he get your attention, he got a real message he be letting out. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the chat about 607. Let me know is that a L or a W. If you fuck with go ahead and put the W's in the chat for the win for I think need a W though. Phone on Gray.
It repeats shit over and over. You can't control it. You sit around and wonder why thoughts keep popping up. The only way to control that, you gotta, what Jesus said, get your armor of the Lord, right? I'm gonna tell you what he mean by that. You gotta sit falling in the house now. That's how you know I'm talking. But look, this is how you gotta do it. So you gotta have a plan. So you gotta tame your body and your mind first. So first thing you gotta do, you gotta wake up every day at the same time. You gotta try exercising your body to tell your body, look, you work for me. So you exercise it. Make it move, even when I don't want to move. And then you make your mind read for 10 to 15 minutes, even though it don't want to read, it hate to read. And then you make it remember. And you close your eyes, you accept all the pain, and you cry. And then you tell it to blank out. And then you let it blank out. If you do that every day, the same problem from yesterday won't come back tomorrow. Because you got to wipe yourself. You know how you computer? We live in a simulation. So you know how the computer, you got to delete everything and wipe all the files. If you don't, it'll start running slow. Your phone and shit start running slow with all the backed up files in it.
Yes.
That's how your mind is.
How many of y'all people think that y'all mind is like computer? I tell my kids they mind is like computer, and I tell them I built a computer. And sometimes I put shit up in there that ain't supposed to be up in there. All computers got bad programs or shit that need to be uninstalled and reinstalled or need to be updated. And I tell them, like, the programs I put inside y'all computer, which is y'all brain, y'all got to update some of them programs because they old. They 1990s programs. They early 2000s programs. You need 2020s programs inside your head. You need the new shit inside your computer, and you got to know how to use the shit inside your computer and not remove it or uninstall it, but update it. You know, I try to teach them how to remember. Y'all tell me if y'all think y'all brain is like a computer, if y'all look at y'all self like that. Tell me if y'all remember. Tell me if y'all educating y'all self what's going on. Y'all think we in our end of times or not? Let me know in the chat. Hit that sub button too. We need all the subs we can get. I just started the stream. You already know what's going on. John Dillinger 2414 on everything on Phone Grave.
It's the same way. So you got to clear it. You got to delete shit. You got to remove shit. Or you going to start getting real old and slow. Like my iPhone 7. But it's still good.
So you got to clear your mind every morning. Do you think that like certain elements like getting in the tub?
I took my trans daughter to see her pediatrician for the first time since she has come out as trans. I called ahead to give them a heads up, and they assured me everything would be okay. When I got there, it was not okay. When we brought up the subject of puberty blockers, which we were just asking for information at this point, the doctor said, "Oh, I do not have any trans patients, and I don't know anything about that." But then proceeded to ask questions such as, have you researched people who regret transitioning? No, I haven't. Because that's not really my concern right now. My concern is to make sure my child doesn't turn into a statistic and unalive herself because she's not being loved and validated. So we're finding a new doctor.
Honestly, this one makes me super upset.
Y'all tell me what y'all think about that shit. How y'all feel about changing genders or whatever, and, you know, transes and the LGBTQ community? I don't got no problem with them. I don't got no problem with what they be doing. But my beliefs and my opinion is God made us perfectly. Our God is perfect. So if he wants you to come and have this earthbound experience as a boy or as a female, he did that for a reason. You trying to escape that?
In this scenario, the doctor should have probably...
You trying to escape that? Oh, phone gray.
We call Child Protective Services. A child, like saying that there's a child who thinks it's trans is like saying there's a dog that thinks it's vegan. You know who's making the decision. Children don't...
No, that's like a dog that thinks it's a cat.
think like this.
If a dog is a dog, it can't be a cat. You can't have a dog using the fucking litter box and then helping it believe it's a cat because it wants to use a litter box and because it wants to play with yarn and shit like that. That don't make no sense on Phonem Gray. No disrespect to nobody, but I'm just saying that shit don't make no sense on Phonem Gray. That's a slap in the face to God.
So there's an unstable parent who is forcing upon their child, maybe because they think it shows that they're virtuous. Like, look, I'm accepting and I'm a great parent because my child wants puberty blockers, but in reality, that's what the parent wants. So good on the doctor for making, I guess, kind of edging them in the right direction by saying, have you heard of trans regret? But the fact that this is a child, when I was growing up, no child knew what a trans was. Nobody thought about that. So the fact that this child is young enough that they're at a pediatrician talking about puberty blockers means that there is a mother that needs to be removed from the care of that child.
I believe the same thing. We're going to keep moving, though. I can't watch this type of shit.
Guys, you know how I say they love to put the truth in plain sight? Now, this is exactly what I mean. Watch this.
Blow up. It's not always an accident. What do you mean, not an accident? Who is this guy singing? And who am I, a conspiracy fly? Did you know NASA means deceive in Hebrew? I did not. The Denver airport was built by the Illuminati.
Now, is it just me, or did that fly just say, NASA means to deceive in Hebrew? Now, I'm about to show you how NASA is trolling everyone. So we are in the book of Genesis, chapter 3, verse 13. This is where Satan deceived Eve to eat the forbidden fruit. And the Lord God said unto the woman, what is this that thou hast done? And the woman said, the serpent beguiled me, and I did eat. Let's just take a closer look at this word beguiled here. And the Hebrew translation for beguiled is, well, you guessed it, NASA, which means to lead astray, to delude, to beguile, or to deceive. So NASA literally means to deceive. You guys ever wondered, what is this red thing going through NASA's logo is? Well, let me show you. Yeah. But did you guys also know that if you type in flat earth backwards into Google, you're not gonna believe what pops up. Look at this. NASA.gov. Must be a coincidence, right? And of course, all this was for entertainment purposes only. Of course, NASA doesn't mean deceive in Hebrew. And of course, that red thing going through their logo is not a snake's tongue. Of course it's not. But what do you guys think about this? Y'all let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like, follow me, and share this. Let's get this one out to the people. And like always, God bless.
What y'all think about that? Stuff be hiding in plain sight, or y'all think it's just a coincidence? I don't think that flat earth shit in Google spelled backwards is a coincidence. I feel like NASA got a lot to do with a lot of shit.
Now today, we're going to talk about the dark history of the police. Under martial law, they can't show up to my doorstep. Just to make this clear, in no way, shape, or form am I promoting hate or prejudice against anybody. There are good people and there are bad people. This is dark, so I will not whitewash this. Let's go down the timeline, shall we? Before the formal police system, there were people called the Night's Watch, constables, sheriffs, and slave patrol. Before the fight between Republicans and Democrats, the fight between free states and slave states. So they all had their own individual laws. So now that we understand the separation of America, we can understand the separation of police. You know, the good cops and the bad cops. But today we're talking about the dark history, so we're going to talk about the bad cops. Originally, slave patrol originated in the early 1700s with one mission: establish a system of terror and squash slave uprising in the capacity to pursue, apprehend, and return runaway slaves to their owners. Because, we weren't considered people. They had to make sure slaves weren't wandering out at night trying to run away, So there was an issue because there wasn't unity. The northern and the southern states were beefing. The southern states wanted to assert their authority over federal government so they could abolish federal laws they didn't support, i.e. wanting to keep slavery. So Civil War happened and declared that all personal people who held slaves with the rebellious states are henceforward shall be free. So there was no need to run or fear for your life, right? So this became this. But it was still the same thing. I can't even show the pictures that I want to show, but even after that, a lot of African Americans were still terrorized. So now that slave patrols were not allowed, these people became the police to assert their dominance because of the prejudices that they had. An example of this is called lynching. Violent public acts that white people used to terrorize and control black people in the 19th and 20th century. Hanging them from trees, but they also involve extreme brutality such as torture, mutilation, decapitation, and desecration. Some of them were burnt alive. Now, a lot of people are wondering why there are bad cops. Because the same people who were slave catchers became police, and then their children's children had children, their children's children had children, and then we all are just dealing with this American problem. I wanted to squeeze in as much information as I could, but it just gets too deep. Just wanted to put a spark in your brain, but I will make more videos on this. Y'all be safe with these bad cops.
Hey, y'all tell me what y'all think about what sis just had to say. I hate bad cops. I hate good cops. I hate cops in fucking general. Oh, them great. Let's keep going, though.
Not teaching black supremacy. I'm just teaching actual facts. White people, listen to me good now. You can't produce us. It's a mathematical, genetic impossibility. So if you were the first, we couldn't have got here. So, the black man has in himself the whole range of color.
Y'all tell me what y'all think about that too in the chat. Y'all think Jesus was black? Or y'all think Jesus was another race? Y'all think we've been lied to? Y'all think that picture they've been using Jesus all these decades and centuries is fake? Or some made up shit to program us the wrong way? Or y'all feel like that's really the truth? Y'all tell me what y'all think of them gray. How your own mind.
Because black is not a color. It is the essence from which all color comes. Now, brothers, if God created you from himself, that means every one of you is a God. And
I don't agree with that. I don't believe every one of them is a God, but I believe every single one of us got a piece of God up in us because he made us in his image. Y'all tell what y'all believe. Type shit, type shit, type shit. For them great, let's keep building.
nature in you, as David the psalmist says, ye are all God's children of the Most High God. Now let's get the Bible and Quran to back this up. In the Bible, the apostle says, how can you love God whom you have never seen?
Y'all comment in the chat if y'all love God, even though y'all ain't never seen him. I love God. I ain't gotta see him. Shit. I love some bitches that I see on the internet who look good, and I be like, damn, I love her. I ain't never seen her in person. I'm from them gray. Let's keep building though. Type shit, type shit, type shit.
And hate your brother whom you see every day. Let's stop a minute. Let's look deeper. What do you mean? How can you love God whom you've never seen and then hate your brother? Wait. Then there's something in your brother that is of God. So when you hurt your brother, you're hurting your father.
Y'all tell what y'all think about that.
If you unalive yourself,
Oh, we got another 607 put them W's in the chat for 607 because he be spitting that knowledge, dropping them gems on y'all ass.
if you unalive yourself,
He be tweaking, but he be dropping gems. Type shit, type shit, type shit. For them great, let's keep building.
ain't go to heaven or hell. Let me tell you though, all right, that is this true. That was created for a reason, right? One thing they try to do, they always tried to take make you believe that the reality of heaven was after you die, and it's something you had to do to achieve that you couldn't achieve it now. And by this being a soul trap, they all want to remind you that if you try to leave this trap, then you won't make it thereafter. See, that was a trick. Sort of like when they bury people 6 feet deep. Everybody's still getting buried 6 feet deep, but that started because of a plague. See, a plague started, everybody got buried 6 feet deep underground. You had to be very low up under the ground. Nowadays, not everybody buried 6 feet deep, right? Where everybody should be cremated, because that's the way it's supposed to be, so your body can disattach from this plane, right? So you detach from your body, and your soul can travel on, right? So what I'm trying to say is this, and I'm really trying to say this a whole lot of times, and I don't know why I'm steady doing this with them, because I don't like, no. I don't like.
And that's a good thing to think about. You know, he said that shit started because of a plague, and they still doing it. You get buried 6 feet deep, and they bury you inside of a box. A box got 4 corners. You know that cubes trap energy?
Him, I don't like him, and I don't like you. But because of love and the fact that I got something to say, I try to teach. Right? But y'all are...
Hey, y'all drop in the chat, too. If y'all fucking with these little reactions right here I'm doing, let me know. I'm going to keep doing these for y'all. If y'all want me to do just a 607 reaction, I'll do just 607 reaction, and we could just sit back and just, you know, just do a whole little rabbit hole with folks and let him just pop his shit and see where he take us type shit. See what gems we can get up off him, you know?
If TikTok was really a national security threat, then tell me why all the political leaders are on it. We got presidents and senators on TikTok, but they claim they're worried about China collecting American data. They can't be too concerned. They never tried to ban Temu, and that's the Chinese-made app with 70 million American users. TikTok is not a threat to us, it's a threat to them. It's a threat to American businesses. Too many people quitting their jobs to become content creators because they're realizing how bad they're being finessed by these American jobs. We work 5 days a week, sometimes weekends, and we're still struggling. I've made more money in a year on TikTok than I've ever made working a 9 to 5 in my entire life.
I'm trying to get like him. I'm trying to make as much on TikTok than I made in my whole entire life. I'm trying to do the same thing on Twitch, on YouTube, all that. That's why you gotta hit that sub button for me, though, because this shit getting good and it's gonna get better. We're gonna keep building content, gonna keep on getting better, and I'm gonna keep on bringing y'all some shit that I'm interested in. So if you like-minded, you gonna fuck with it. Type shit. Don't fuck on grade. Let's keep building.
Not only that, but Meta was one of the top 10 stocks the government invested in. So the more we're on TikTok, the less we're on these other apps that are sponsored by Meta, which means they're losing money in those stocks. Even Amazon is losing money because of TikTok Shop. TikTok Shop is Amazon's biggest competitor. I guarantee you,
y'all let me know in the chat. Do y'all use Temu, the Chinese app? Do y'all use TikTok? And do y'all use Amazon? And if y'all use Amazon or TikTok Shop, y'all tell me which one is better. You know, type shit. But we not trying to, you know, blackball nobody, because we want to stay on all these apps. I don't want to get banned or kick my damn self. Phone on grave type shit.
TikTok to the U.S. The U.S. gonna make TikTok a Meta app. They gonna make it harder to get views, and they're gonna take the pay all the way down. TikTok done woke too many people up. They want us to stay brainwashed. People on here learning about finances. We're learning about natural remedies versus wasting money at the doctor. We're learning about the chemicals that's put in our food, supposed to eating healthier. We even connecting with people in other countries. But this the app they want to ban. They're scared we're going to eventually rebel against them because we didn't learn who the real enemy is. Also, y'all know the new Chinese app called Red Note that everybody's downloading, being petty because they're trying to ban TikTok. But do y'all remember the red notes falling from the sky in that movie, Leave the World Behind?
Damn, he just put something together right there, though. The red nose was falling in that movie, though. That's wow, fuck. Y'all tell me what y'all think about that, though. Y'all tell me if y'all know about that red note app, too. I don't know what's to that. I ain't never been on there. I gotta check that out.
I think that's a coincidence.
Ain't shit a coincidence. Nothing is a coincidence.
It honestly blows my mind how nobody is talking about this. Watch this video of these celebrities exposing the whole entire industry and pay attention closely to what they had to say.
Ultimate goal is to be famous, then you're gonna do a lot to get there, like sign your name in blood in a contract with the devil.
Who could these people be?
I kind of sang about, what was going on in my life at 15, and that's how I got introduced to the music Needless to say, sold my soul.
Who is that?
It's a dance
Ellen DeGenerate.
with the devil. I'm a cure, real wrestle. It's a dance with the devil.
Y'all tell me what y'all think about this. Y'all think people be really selling their soul to the devil? Or y'all think they just be using it as like a metaphorical like little way to say that they messing with bad people in the industry or evil people in the industry that's just fucking them out of money? Or y'all think they literally signing their soul away or signing their name and blood to the devil like what she just said? Y'all tell me what y'all think. I believe that should be true sometime though, for real, for real. Like, you know, if you want to trade your earthbound experience to be great and rich and materialistic shit, I believe the devil will let you make a trade for your soul in the afterlife or for your soul eternally. Don't y'all do that shit though. I want to see all y'all in heaven on Photon Grave.
Yeah, well, sometimes they don't want to, and they're, we can't get, the frequency's weird, and, it's sounding a little bit strange, and I'm like, if you don't get this right now, I swear to Lucifer, I'm gonna, I get a little bit mad.
I sold my soul to the devil. I know it's a crappy deal. Music came with a few toys like a Happy Meal.
You can sell your soul for materialistic shit, but is materialistic shit really worth it? Do you want to win with materialistic shit and be rich in this world and sell your soul for you to be rich and above people than rather being on the same level as everybody else and trying to get closer to God? You can't keep plugging into shit. You got to plug into God himself. That's the source.
Why is your hand over your eyes?
Because I'm a devil worshiper. What are you talking about? All right, well, I have tickets to see the devil worshiper.
Roman is a crazy boy
Cardi B.
who lives in me.
It's actually mind-blowing what these celebrities be doing for these crazy levels of fame. And I got way more to say about this, so make sure to like this video and follow me for part 2. Let's get it!
Let's listen to what the CIA agent have to say about tips on being a spy. I think you're gonna want to listen.
This man can't spell. It say tips, but it say trips.
What is the one spy trick?
Listen.
Teach everyone that
Read.
they can use.
Spell. Photon Grave type shit. Come on.
To improve their life instantly. Now you already mentioned quite a few, but what else could jump to mind?
My go-to answer for this has not really changed much over the last few years. So the most important spy trick to change everything immediately is something called perception versus perspective. We all look at the world through our own perception. My dad used to tell me, my stepdad used to tell me that perception is reality. And I was arguing this with him when I was 14 years old. I told you so, Dad, you're still wrong.
Yeah.
But perception is your interpretation of the world around you. But it's unique only to you. There's no advantage in your perception. That's why so many people find themselves arguing all the time, trying to convince other people of their own perception. The way that you win any argument, the way that you get ahead in your career, the way that you outsell or outrace anybody is when you move off of perception and move into perspective. Perspective is the act or the art of observing the world from outside of yourself, whether that's outside of yourself as like an entity just observing in a third from a different point of view, or even more powerful, you sit in the shoes, you sit in the seat of the person opposite you, and you think to yourself, what is their life like? What do they feel right now? Are they comfortable? Are they uncomfortable? Are they afraid? Are they scared? What's the stressor that they woke up to this morning? What's the stressor that they're going to go to sleep with tonight? When you shift places and get out of your own perception and into someone else's perspective, now you're thinking like them, which is giving you an informational advantage. But you know what they're all doing? Everyone else out there is trapped in their own perception, not thinking about a different perspective. So immediately you have superior information, superior positioning. You have an advantage that they don't have. And if you do that to your boss, it's going to change your career. If you do that to your spouse, it's going to change your marriage. If you do that to your kids, it's going to change your family legacy. Because nobody else
my 007 agents out there, leave a message in the comments, like or follow for more wisdom, and stay tuned.
I'm going to leave a comment for your ass for Hooked on Phonics. Oh, no, great.
In every movie, they made the bad guys look bad when the bad guys was the good guys.
I ain't gonna lie, this nigga right here be way too passionate about this shit. He like finding out shit, but he one of them niggas that be finding out shit, then he think he too smart for everybody.
In every movie, they made the bad guys look bad when the bad guys was the good guys.
Y'all let me know if y'all ever seen this going too far ass nigga. Fuck them gray.
And the good guys were the bad guys. That's how Satan tricks you to root for him. He did the same thing with his religion. He tricked you into worshiping him. Religion is the worship of Satan, not God. God doesn't worship anything outside of himself. God doesn't worship anything outside of herself. All right? All right? God doesn't need nobody to serve him or her, because God is all knowing, all loving. Right? We don't need nobody to serve us. That ain't what we never did. Only one of our brothers did that, and his name was Yaqub. And they tried to hide him in religion and call him Satan. And then they hid him in Greek mythology and called him Zeus. Prometheus. He was a jealous God. He was jealous of all of us.
If y'all fuck with Greek mythology, put them W's in the chat for Greek mythology.
Although he had no reason to be. This mythological creature of Satan, get that shit out y'all mind. He looked just like me and you. Carbonated being. That's your brother. Yes, Satan is our brother. He's one of the gods, which is why in religion they taught you that he was one of the angels. Didn't they? They hid it and said he was one of the angels. Don't forget that Satan is a god. Don't ever forget that. That's why he has power. But not more power than you. You know why? Because Satan is on the true dark side of the force, which is that Jedi Knight side. When he went against us, he went against himself. But he is a trickster, he is. He is very wise because he is a god. So he tricked us into worshiping him.
I ain't gonna say that Satan is a god. I ain't gonna give him that power. I feel like folks doing too much. I told you go too far type shit.
Religion is the worship of Satan, not God.
On phone on Gray, and I told you he'd be overly passionate too.
Religion is the worship, not just Christianity, all religion. That's why it divides people. It separates people. It takes your energy. It takes your money. It gives you...
Nah, you do got a point though. Religion do separate people. People be all believing in the same thing. They believe that it's a creator. They believe that it's a God. They believe that the universe is divine and shit like that. But they'll be all separated because of the religion that they in and how they being brainwashed and programmed through the religion, that they supposed to not like Christians and that they ain't supposed to fuck with Jews and that this religion is bad and this group of people. We all human though. It's not about race or religion. When you get that, your life gonna get better. You're gonna be able to come into your higher self.
False hopes. It gives you hope. Hope ain't real in the universe. Ain't no such thing as no motherfucking hope. Ain't no such thing as trying. Either it is or it isn't. If anybody tell you I'm working on some shit, it's a jinn in them. If anybody spellcast and say I'm trying, it's a jinn on them. So Archon within that avatar. We are gods. We don't try to do shit. We do or we don't.
You heard what he just said? We are gods. We don't try to do shit. We either do or we don't. Now, I kind of fuck with that. That's part of that manifestation shit. I be telling people that shit ain't just gonna fall in your motherfucking lap. All that I tried or I'm gonna try to do better. You either gonna do this shit or you ain't gonna do it. You gotta be real to yourself and take accountability. You feel me? And if you is gonna do it, you gotta be the little piece of the God that's up in you, because we made his likeness in this image, and you gotta breathe life into shit. Phone on grave.
Ain't no such thing as hope.
Phone on grave.
Either it is or it isn't.
Phone them grave.
Hope is what got generations of us fucked up spiritually.
Hope is what got Martin Luther King killed.
hoping on some shit. When has hope ever worked in your life? In your real life, nigga? Did you hope to pay your bills, nigga? No, nigga. You went and paid your bills. Do you hope to raise your kids? No. You raise your kids. Or you don't raise your kids. You don't need no book to tell you that. So, this is how they do, because they are the seeds of Satan. Satan was the father of technology, for it is the weapon that he gave his creation. Never underestimate the power of a lie.
Y'all put that in chat if y'all heard that as coming up as kids. Never underestimate the power of a lie.
You crazy? That's the worst weapon for a motherfucker to lie to you.
I heard somebody say something like last week, and they had said something about people being liars, and they were saying that it's easy for you to tell a lie or a rumor, but you got to convince a motherfucker the truth. That's crazy. Y'all tell me what y'all think about that. Phone them great. Let's get back into it.
I'd rather be around a murderer, a thief, than a liar. Because with a murderer, I know how he coming. He a killer, I know he gonna kill something. He a drug dealer, I know he gonna sell some drugs. He's religious, I know he's gonna worship God. He's a thief, he gonna steal some shit. But with a liar, you will never know how they coming.
I always tell people, I'd rather fuck with a snake because at least you know it's gonna hiss and bite. You don't know what a unicorn gonna do.
Never know how they coming, when they coming, where they coming, or even why they are coming. Our oppressors, these human beings, are master manipulators. Remember, family, how did they take this planet from you? They didn't come take it like no gorillas. Nigga, they didn't hop off the ship like no gangsters to say, we want this bitch, now let's war. No, they didn't. They came like the cowards they always been, nigga. They came deceptively. See what I'm saying? Hi, y'all. We come in peace. Can y'all teach us? We love y'all. We worship y'all. Wow, we never seen. Can we learn from you? Nigga, they sat down with us. They sat down. A section of them that we allowed to sit down with us. And let them scribe. We never had scribes. We didn't scribe shit. We inscribe, nigga. We ain't got to scribe shit. We are Alpha and Omega. We didn't even talk using words. We used telepathy. We wasn't writing no motherfucking books. When I'm sitting here talking to y'all, do you see me with a book? In every movie, they make the bad guys look bad when the bad guys...
There's no new shit to do in the world. It's only like 5 or 6.
We got another Unc, y'all. Keep telling y'all these 607 Unc videos be lit. He be popping and shit. He be always trying to drop some knowledge. I'm telling you. He ain't just all jokes and trolling. Man, put it in the chat if y'all want me to do a straight 607 Unc reaction video.
6, 7 different foods. And they making all these other foods. There's nothing to do in the motherfucking world, but there's no new shit
to gotta run this bitch back. Pay attention.
In the world. It's only like 5 or 6, 7 different foods. And they making all these other foods. There's nothing to do in the motherfucking world but distractions. Think about it. Every young nigga do the same shit. Every old nigga do the same shit. There's nothing to do in the motherfucking world, gang.
Y'all tell me how many young niggas or old niggas y'all know in y'all neighborhoods and y'all cities and y'all life that all do the same shit no matter whether they young or old. And y'all tell me how many of y'all know that's doing different. You let me know if you one of them different people. We gonna tap in. We gonna lock in type shit. You know, these great minds gotta stay together and think alike.
Give us too many assignments and shit to do in this world. Listen, there's nothing to do here. It's boring as fuck in this prison. Listen, it's boring, gang. What the fuck can you do here? Everybody do the same shit. Everybody run around doing the same shit because there's nothing to do in this prison. Listen, you ever been in jail before? Yeah. And in jail, everybody do the same shit, right? But what's the difference between jail and here?
Everybody do the same shit here. Everybody do the same shit in jail.
What's the difference between being in jail and being outside in this world? Do you feel like the world is still prison? I do. The difference is, one of them, you got to stay inside of a cube and they harness your energy all day. And the other one is you outside, you can move around and they let you be free until they see that you got too much energy or too much education and they want to take you away in whatever way they can.
It's the same. Gang, we already in jail. You locked. Listen, the war is in jail, and then you got the president setting the rules, telling you what to do, right? Even in some neighborhoods, they got time when you can go to sleep, when you can get up. Neighborhoods I live in, you can't turn your can't mow your lawn before 7 o'clock in the morning. So they putting rules and stipulations on you.
Man, at 6 a.m.
Everywhere you go, just like in jail. So how the fuck I'm not in jail? If you drive, you gotta go get a driver's license to drive. Just like when you in jail, you gotta get a hall pass to walk the halls. So play with me, man. They police, bitch, they police jail, gang. I'm in motherfucking jail locked in this motherfucking body. What? The fuck you talking about, gang?
What? For fear that you'll lose yourself in their expectations of you.
Well, I've felt that way for a long time. And then I see my big face on that movie screen with no makeup on and my natural hair color, and I'm like, oh, I just gave it away. I mean, you know, I have always liked Shapeshift.
Right. For fear that you'll lose yourself in their expectations.
So how did the government trick and finesse us to live how we're living now? What you mean by that? For example, right, I believe in God. I believe God gave us all this land. But how did the government make us pay for land that they don't own? Yeah, what? Yeah.
Pay for land, water, and the food that we gotta eat. Vegetables and meat.
What? So let's say you bought a house and you paid it off. You still have to pay the government taxes just to live in your own home. You right. And get this part. You don't even own your own car, bro. Wait. That's where you're wrong at, because I technically do own my car. I just paid it all off. No, you don't. So you pay every month to use your car. We call that insurance. You pay taxes every year to use your car. We call that tabs. Tabs is how they keep tabs on us. Exactly. So if you don't pay for the tabs every year, then they won't allow you to use your car. Dang, man, I feel like I'm being bamboozled, bro. Oh, no. It gets worse. Oh, my God. Let me hear more, man. Now, when we go to work, right, before we get paid, who get paid? The government. So get this. The government takes money out of our check before we even get our check. Then we got to pay to keep our belongings and use our belongings every month. Wait, so let me get this right. If I buy a house and pay it off, I got to pay the government to keep it, or they will take it from me and sell it to someone else. If I buy a car, I have to pay the government to use it. And every time I get a job, the government will pay their sales before they pay me. Oh, it get worse? Nah, I can't even get no worse than that, bro. Oh, no, get this. Now, you're supposed to pay the government to do all the natural things that you're supposed to do. What you mean by that? Like, for example, if you want to hunt, right, something you naturally supposed to do, you got to go through the government and pay for that. And then on top of that, fruits and vegetables are supposed to be all through the world for free, right? But we allow the government to take all our fruits and vegetables to put them in grocery stores so we can pay for them. This is crazy to think about, bro. You want to get married? Go through the government. Want your kids to be educated? Go through the government. You want... I don't even want to hear no more, bro. This is just blowing my mind. Okay.
Tell me how y'all feel about the government. Y'all feel like the government is enslaving us in a whole nother type of way? And it ain't just about black people. It ain't no black, brown, white, yellow type of thing. This is all human beings that's a United States citizen. You know, other governments do their shit too, but ain't no government like the United States. They want to control everything. They want to control everybody in their country, and they want to control everybody in everybody else's country. And they want to control the countries and the country leaders too. They trying to dominate the world. Who y'all think the Antichrist is? But we building on them grave.
Number one, cats. Now, cats are very mysterious and intuitive. And if they stare at you and follow you around, they know you're God's chosen one. Number 1, cat.
I just got a cat. This cat be staring at me and following me around, rubbing up on me. I don't even like cats, but for some reason, I like this little cat. This might be why though. But us keep building though. Phone on grade, type shit.
Pay attention.
You can quit building the wall.
Listen to what he about to say.
It's paid to build a wall. Did you hear about that? You know why?
Why is that?
So whoever's over here, they're going to try to go back.
They're going to try to come back to Mexico.
Mexico. Getting ready for a collapse.
A collapse?
On the dollar. So they thinking that a lot of people's going to start
trying to go back?
Yeah, so now...
It's coming from the wall.
Everybody back.
Coming from Mexico. So basically what he just told us was that they're paying them so Americans can't...
Wait, ain't this the same nigga I said need to be hooked on finance that couldn't read?
Leave when...
Or spell, I mean.
It collapsed. That's very interesting. The dollar is collapsing. That was one of those things that make you scratch your head and make you say, Because the wall is used for 2 things. For keeping people out and keeping people in. Let me know what y'all think about
3 things. Keeping people out, keeping people in, and climbing. This nigga dumb.
the entertainment wall in the comments. Leave a like, follow me for more wisdom and stay tuned.
Talking about wisdom. I told y'all he a little slow. I hate people that be thinking that they smart.
We live in Helport 27. Conspiracy theories
Why he look like his evil twin though? Black ass.
only exist because the elites actually.
This is like Predator. I'm sorry. I'm getting distracted on phone. I'm great. Let's get back to positive mindsets on.
Exist. If you think about a restaurant, there's the front of the house and the back of the house, and the back of the house is the part we don't see. The front is the part that everyone sees, and just like coding, there's the front end and the back end. Just like on TikTok, we all see the front end, but there's a back end that we all don't see. And the amount of people in the back end that have information about the operation relative to the people in the front end is, quite frankly, if you've ever seen the back end of some operations, it's just insane, and you can't really get your brain to think in a different way. And there's also hierarchies within the information in the back end, where a meeting of, let's say, for example, 5 people can quite literally dictate not only the operation in the back end, which will also dictate how people perceive it from a front end perspective. You can actually look at certain events and
I know some of y'all slow. Y'all can't equivalent this shit right here. Y'all can't comprehend. Front end, back end, he talking about something differently than going to the club and picking up a front end before you performing the back end afterwards. It's not the same front end, back end. Just had to stop some of y'all slow ass, because y'all like, oh, yeah, because I done got the back end before. No, this ain't that one, for no grade. Just sit back, listen, type shit.
goes pretty much to a whole bunch of aspects of society where 5 people can quite literally affect the beliefs of 50 million people, and I've seen it.
Somebody tell me,
This Lord Glass, he out here. He's slow, but he out here though. Let's see what wisdom he dropping today.
What's the name of this movie? Cause there's too many downloads in it.
Surviving children continue to pour in from across the country.
Listen.
911 describe cars moving on their own accord.
If you notice any bizarre behavior in your children or the children of those around you, please report immediately to the CDC.
It's not a sickness. You've survived the sickness, but you're not the same, and until you are.
Just that plain sight shit we just talking about, though. They push it in plain sight for us, and we be looking at it like it's entertainment all the time. But it's just to normalize shit, so when it do happen, we don't think that it's crazy and overly panic.
There's no going home. All kids are given a color assignment that corresponds to their disorder. On the bottom here are greens, basic enhanced intelligence. Blues have telekinetic abilities. Golds can manipulate electricity. Up here, past this line, are the most dangerous.
Y'all let me know if y'all think people like this exist for real in this world.
Reds and oranges.
Drop that shit in the chat. Oh, don't forget, sub. I'm done.
But they are very rare. I'm sure you have nothing to worry about. Are you very good at math and puzzles? Because that means you're most likely in green territory. That's not so terrible. can fix this.
Get back here. Stay still. Stay still.
I'm a green. I'm one of the smart ones.
Yes.
Call me SpongeBob, cause I need it. What is...
What the fuck?
I'm one of the smart ones.
Yes.
Call me SpongeBob, cause I need it. What is the name of this movie? I need to watch that right now. Right now. Let me know what.
That shit did look lit though. Phone on Gray. Y'all know what type of movie that is or the name of that movie? I mean, put that shit in the chat. That's a TV show or something. Drop that shit down there for me. Comment.
Everybody you see ain't.
Oh, I forgot. Subscribe. Phone on Gray.
A lot of these jokers are just vessels with no souls in them. So the demonic spirits can use their body to do the shit that they enjoyed doing when they was alive. You got your higher level demons and you got your lower level demons. The higher level demonic spirits only fuck with vessels that got money. You understand me? People that are in higher places so they can make shit happen. And these old lower level demonic spirits are just in normal people that you see every day that's doing foolishness. A lot of your favorite content creators that you follow ain't real people. Why you think some of they weird ass can do shit that you ain't supposed to be doing and they ass is still alive? No. Y'all think I'm reaching? I'm not reaching. Just think about the mukbang content that you be watching. These motherfuckers' backs don't be blowing up and they don't be having no health problems. Some of them, not all of them. And you better believe it's a whole bunch of them corn stars that ain't no real people neither. Now, I know it's some nasty jokers out here, but some of them folks be doing some very unspeakable shit. Very unnecessary, unnatural acts. You see what I'm saying? Some bitch don't.
Y'all let me know if y'all be seeing some of them corn stars. They be doing some unspeakable shit. I ain't never seen none of them corn stars. Y'all tell me about it.
Don't be freaky, they be filthy. If it take all of that for you to get off, baby, there's something wrong with you, child. But y'all ain't heard that from me.
Nah, I ain't gonna lie though. I did just see a bitch on Facebook. She was doing some shit with the dog. That shit crazy. These bitches be going way too far for these likes and clout. I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't going there. Sub. I need y'all to subscribe. For them Gray. I'm done. I swear I'm done.
Shia LaBeouf was actually pretty woke. Watch this.
Yo, y'all remember the bull Shia LaBeouf, right?
I ain't gonna lie, that's our last one. Y'all tell me how y'all fuck with this though. Y'all tell me if it was lit. You feel me? I'm gonna start doing the ones with my face up there popping up too, but I'll be trying to let y'all see the whole video and shit so y'all can get into it. I'm gonna slow down on some of the commentating, but if y'all like the commentating, me popping my shit, let me know too. Phone on grave type shit.
Like the main cuz that used to play in Transformers and shit. Yo, he was trying to tell us some shit. Listen to this shit.
Yep. I remember we had an FBI consultant on the picture telling me that they can use your ADT security box microphone to get your stuff that's going on in your house, or OnStar, they can shut your car down. And he told me that 1 in 5 phone calls that you make are recorded and logged. And I laughed at him, and then he played back a phone conversation I had 2 years prior to joining the picture. The FBI consultant. And it was like one of those phone calls that was like, what are you wearing type of things.
So listen, right? As he was talking about that shit, it reminded me about the video I seen on TikTok where they said that our phones be taking like flashes of us like every couple seconds or something. It just made me really think like, bro, they really watching and listening to everything we do, bro.
Yep.
They definitely is, but the problem be a lot of motherfuckers still don't care. They act like they care. They act like they can't be they still be using all the shit that they listen to us on.
Let's watch something. This for entertainment purposes only.
Wait,
This to this.
wait. You can sell me for how much? 100 million? Because of my kidneys.
That melon.
Organs.
Fine. And your eyes also can sell it.
She just smiling. She was really telling you what they really doing to our people. For real. We have products like this that cost that. And they said melanin is worth more than gold. Somewhat around $500 per gram. Now tally all of that up on how many grams runs through a melanated person's body. Not even including the organs like the Chinese lady said. Just open your eyes, bro. This is the real world that we living in. What's really going on.
The age of Aquarius, let the truth keep coming. So let me know what y'all think about this in the internet.
The woke agenda is a satanic movement. Honestly, the woke agenda is just like Eve eating the fruit off the tree of knowledge. That's all it is.
No, the fuck it's not.
It's the knowledge of good and evil, and it's the want to be God. It's the want to be...
Just one of them people that be thinking he's smart and want to stay stupid. He said I've been talking about him finding out the truth about how the government is treating people. Him finding out the truth about how we being programmed wrong, how they fucking up our foods, our water, how they selling us shit God gave us. He think that this is like Eve eating a fucking apple and talking to the serpent. He's slow.
The controllers.
Y'all tell what y'all think about this dude in the chat. We ain't gonna call him the word I want to call him, but y'all tell what y'all think about this fool.
Of what is good and what is evil and what is acceptable and what's not acceptable. The world has gotten to a point where they call good evil and evil good, and they like the evil. They want to be able to do whatever they want to do with no rules, acceptance of everything, with no one telling them something is untouchable. The woke agenda is like eating the fruit off of the tree of knowledge. And this is why there's such a resistance to Donald Trump. This is why, as we continue to go down this road, there's such a resistance to Christianity and to the Christians who said we're going to stand up against the evil that's occurring within the woke agenda. Because we are staring Satan directly in the face, and we have pulled out our swords, and we have put on our armor, and we've decided to stand for God and to stand for God's laws. And the woke agenda does not like that, because we are the Adams that are telling Eve that we're not going to eat the fruit with you. Either put it down or walk out the garden. Simple as that. God bless.
We slowly starting to move towards this AI world. You know what I mean? Like, we slowly starting to move towards a electronic-based world where everything is just electronic. Everything is technology. You know what I mean? And I keep telling y'all how they trained us to this. They programmed us to this. It got to the point where we're addicted to phones. I made a video
on Phone on Grade. People can't put their phones down.
A while ago telling y'all to stop using y'all cell phone as much as y'all do. I told y'all to go to y'all screen time on y'all phone and compare y'all screen time on y'all phone to the hours y'all actually spend on y'all real life. And I guarantee you the timing is going to be off. People spend way more time on their phone than they do working on their life, than they do getting money, than they do anything else. That's because they programmed us to this. They don't want us to be
keyword programmed
out here just roaming around and doing what we do without needing it. For everything is a phone, everything is a device. I keep telling y'all, we getting dumber and dumber by the day just for using these devices. Niggas don't know how to spell no more. Niggas don't know how to add or
that nigga wisdom.
Subtract no more. That's because we've been so dependent on our devices to answer everything for us. Literally, if you have a question or you don't know a certain math problem, you can Google it. You can ask her the shit, and she'll tell you the answer. And it's been like this for years. And what this is doing is this is programming us not only to be addicted to these devices, but
to also be uneducated.
Making us stupider. And these people know this.
Phone on grave.
Like I told y'all, they don't let their kids use the shit.
Phone on grave in el enemigo non grave.
We use. They kids don't use iPhones. They kids don't use Apple Watches. They kids don't use all these damn devices because they know what it do. We the only niggas that use them. You feel what I'm saying? And they create these devices for us to be A, addicted, and 2, to be dumber than what we are. We slowly moving towards the AI world, y'all. They want to control us. They want to turn us into a damn robot damn near. You feel what I'm saying? Like, this video that I'm about to show y'all is very, very important because it's going to explain everything. I even told y'all how more and more kids are starting to be addicted to the social media. You know what I mean? At this point, we not the people that's in the harm state. It's the kids. These kids is addicted to TikTok. These kids know everything.
And you know why? That's because these parents these days ain't teaching their kids shit. All they do is their kids get to crying, making too much noise, asking them for shit. They driving their kids want time and attention. First thing they gonna tell them is, here, take my phone. Take my phone. Be quiet. Or they either saying, Mommy, can I see your phone? They just give them the phone unmonitored. Letting them be dumb, uneducated, and get programmed the wrong way. Letting them just take any type of information into their brain, which is the computer we talked about at the beginning of the video.
I told y'all I got nieces and nephews that know how to work TikTok. I got nieces and nephews that know how to work fucking YouTube, all these different sites. You feel what I'm saying? And it's just crazy to me because when I was younger, I didn't start learning about internet and social media until I was about 13.
Type shit.
I didn't have my first real phone until I was about 13, 12.
Type shit.
And it wasn't no damn iPhone. I could tell.
That's what 90s babies go through.
That it was an Obama phone, one of them little Obama joints.
That's the 90s babies go through.
These kids is getting iPhones for Christmas. These kids is getting Apple Watches for Christmas. These kids is getting all this technology for Christmas. And what parents...
These kids' parents is handing them sins in the box. And then you know what's on the back of that iPhone? An apple. What's on the apple? A bite taken out of it. And then dude was talking about Adam and Eve. People don't be paying attention.
Parents don't realize is they are programming their children's mind. They're corrupting their children's mind at a young age. The younger you put your kid on social media, we slowly...
Yeah, that was raw though, I ain't gonna lie. I enjoy, talking to y'all, streaming with y'all. This is a decent little stream. I'm getting the hang of this Twitch shit, this YouTube shit. I need y'all to subscribe on YouTube for me. John Dillinger 2414. I need y'all to subscribe on TikTok, John Dillinger 2414. The same thing on Twitch, John Dillinger 2414. And you can look me up on Facebook too, John Dillinger, is out there. Phone on grave, we out.